Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, archangels and ascended masters, for the perfect guidance, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for all of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity to feel good. We thank you for this opportunity for peace of mind. And we thank you for all the grace and all the goodness that is here for us right now. If we could just breathe in, and whether we feel it, see it, hear it, or know it, to connect with the fertile earth, with fertile soil. And if we could just notice that fact, that actuality, that fertile soil exists and that things can grow, that the earth knows what it's doing. So if we could just breathe in, and whatever it is that comes to you around soil, around growth, around how prepared and able the earth is, the physical earth is. If we could just breathe into that and notice that you're part of all that, and to feel your own emotional, mental, physical, and energetic fertility. That things are possible for you, and that we're completely present, completely able to change and to receive in this moment. We welcome the highest good. And if we could just feel with this the same way that the earth can discern between what is a nutrient and what can be moved aside, let's very simply allow all the nutrients of hope, support, prayer, dedication, honor, letting all these good things, angelic help, let's let all these good things uplift us. Let's let anything like intentional chaos just move away from us. If we could just breathe into all this goodness. Pardon me. So just breathing into an upliftment. And like oil and water, a strong sense of natural discernment. So if we could just breathe in, and we'll notice Archangel Gabriel being very strong and present with us right now, along with Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel, the whole gang of angels, Archangel Raphael. If we could just feel the angels helping that sense of positive separation, letting the heavy energies move away, letting them stop and disperse, and allowing fertile energy, possibility, hope, clarity to come to the forefront of our attention and to lift us up. So if we could feel a sense of hope being elongated, wisdom being elongated and visible, and a sense of us having a higher perspective on everything, if we could just breathe into all those different things. And if we could notice Archangel Gabriel being right in front of you, and Gabriel could show up as a female or a male, doesn't matter so much. If we could just take in a breath and just noticing Archangel Gabriel. If we could notice Gabriel aligning her face, his face with your face. So your faces are directly opposite each other. If we could just breathe in and letting Gabriel shower your face, your consciousness, your muscles, your body with absolute love. And if we could take in on a heart level the fact that this angel, you have this angel's complete attention, that this angel's completely focused on you. And we'll notice, of course, that they could be with all of us at once. We'll just notice Archangel Gabriel right there with you, with perfect alignment. And if we could feel like laying out a picnic blanket, that Gabriel would like to help you with anything that involves the word nervous, be that a nervous system, nerves, apprehension. Let's just take in a breath. And if we could let anything connected with that word, that root word, be put on the picnic blanket, a relationship, national things, health, your actual nervous system, any agitation. Let's very simply just let all those things be put on the picnic blanket, which we'll consider a space of reverence. And let's let the blanket itself, along with these dozen angels helping, to let there be discernment, to let things that are damp dry out in positive ways, and to let there be a cleansing of the energy of other people, including national energy of anything that's not based in love. And if we could just breathe in and to feel a sense of being cleansed and cleared. And if we could notice, we'll let our focus go to your own picnic blanket, but let's notice that there are 100 other picnic blankets laid out for family, for friends, for children, for grandchildren, for your ancestors who are passed away, your loved ones who are passed away. Let's notice everyone in your sphere of deep care and even deep disappointment being cared for right now. So if we could feel that there is a field of collective healing present right now. And what Gabriel is pointing out is on the same picnic blanket where everything connected with the word nervous is, let's let her also put on that blanket all things connected with your creativity and expressions, be that pens, paintbrushes, musical instruments, software, she's saying. And if we could notice that magic blanket creating harmony between everything. And if we could notice, like in a Magritte painting, the relationship between objects, let's very simply notice the creative objects, the creative tools, the expressive tools, comforting anything involving the word nervous. And that our self-expression is a great gift, a mighty tool. And a great boost up is the expressions, really reveling in the expressions of others, be that music, a really good film, a really good novel, poems, artwork. And if we could feel right now the connection, the connectiveness that you have with the artists, and maybe even a group of artists like in a film, that have created something that you love. And to feel they made it for you, which is the truth. That you are so included in the things that you love. So we'll just breathe into all that. And if we could feel for a moment, they're giving very specific visuals of the depth of your being going into the earth, and that being like an oil well of great riches. So if we could just feel into that depth, your connection with the earth, your connection with fertile soil, your connection with this wondrous planet. If we could just breathe in and letting those riches come forward, letting them be tapped into with even greater regularity, greater clarity, and wonderful integration, letting our highest good integrate into our lives right now. Wonderful. So with that sense of depth, let's also notice elongation upward, crown chakra up, the head of your body up. Let's very simply notice Archangel Haniel, the angel of grace, coming forward and helping with that elongation. If we could notice Haniel singing either a beautiful song or intoning wonderful, wonderful notes, if we could just breathe in. And using different words, if we could feel what it's like for nothing to be constricted and for everything to feel like a really wondrous stretch, to give everything its own space, its own energy. We'll take a moment to listen to the frog who's contributing. Oh, frog, fertility. Initiate new starts. Explore and accept invitations and offers. Solitary efforts will be more productive. That's from Animal Speak Pocket Guide. Let's just take in a breath. So let's indeed just notice the renaissance that is here right now in our own experience of fertility, which might not have anything to do with reproduction. If we could very simply just take in a breath, and the frog stops, if we could just take in a breath, message delivered. If we could just say out loud, I am fertile. I'm fertile with great ideas. I'm fertile with wondrous hope. I'm fertile for wisdom. Wonderful. We'll just breathe into that. And let's come back to Archangel Gabriel matching your face perfectly. And if we indeed could just spend a moment, perhaps just a few breaths, 3 or 4 breaths, really feeling your jaw relaxing, feeling the freedom in your throat, and the relaxation in every single part of your brain around visibility, around being seen and heard, letting this angel see you right now, having Gabriel's full attention. If we could just breathe into that. Wonderful. And if we could spend a few moments here going to an angel spa. So right where you are, whether you feel it, see it, hear it, or know it, let's notice like at a spa, really rich, wonderful soil being placed on your body and just noticing the temperature being perfect for you. Let's very simply feel a sense of detoxification happening with soil. So letting the angels very simply place soil on your body to enrich, to detoxify. So the same thing that happened with the soil when it was first mentioned, that the nutrients, the highest good, the benefits of the soil come to the forefront, and anything that isn't serving the soil or isn't serving you gets extracted, gets moved away. So if we could just breathe into that. And if we could notice the angels working for you and noticing the freedom of your attention to go to the fact that you are receiving care, that good things are here. And that happiness is present. And in mind, body, spirit, and emotions, if we could notice anything that feels like a leak, even a slow leak, getting repaired, be that your energy dripping away, be that the sense of time ticking, let's very simply have a different experience and letting every system in your body work wonderfully well, letting every system in your body experience a renaissance of health, positive energy, nutrients, and honor. And just noticing all the good that is here. Wonderful. And it's a quick spa. If we could notice lovingly the angels removing the soil from your skin. If we could just notice whether you see it, feel it, hear it, or know it, what is different with your skin. If we could just breathe in to every system in your body, having been fed, having the perfect nutrients. And an absence of things that might have been toxic to you, like atmospheres, like energy. If we could just feel the sense of expansion, clarity, and peace being right here, right now. Wonderful. And if we could notice with these dozen angels working on you, let's just notice that energy is going to maintain. We're going to shift our focus indeed into the animal realm. So if we could just take in a breath, and if the angels are in front of you, we'll just shift our attention perhaps to the left or to the right. For me, it's to the right. Let's just notice there being a whole assortment of animal guides here for you. And perhaps it being a little bit like Noah's Ark of all sorts of different creatures being present, perhaps elephants, eagles, frogs. If we could just take in a breath and just notice the fact that these animals are present for you. And if we can notice there perhaps being a spokes animal, let's just notice what the animal wants to speak for all communicates to you. We'll just breathe in and we'll receive just that. Wonderful. If we could just take in a breath. And if we could notice there being more space around for you and the animals, if we could notice perhaps um, a good portion of the animals moving to your sides and behind you so you are surrounded by the animal guides. And if we could let the same experience happen of nutrients coming, let's just notice what the animals contribute to you right now. Be that in very simple energy terms, but also with expansion. It's like the animals are contributing their specific gifts to you, be that sight, be that a wonderful sense of non attachment, being present, and help in being a herd or a flock. So if we could just breathe in, and with our families, being exactly as they are right now, which might include strong connection, might include fracture, might include both, or disappointment. Let's very simply notice those energies of herd, flock. And if we could feel with the telepathy that is present between animals and between humans, let's very simply let the messages that we're communicating to everyone around us, people we share space with, people who are far away, people we have perhaps disagreement with or hardship with, let's very simply let a message of love be communicated out. Wonderful. Let's just take in a breath. And be it a rain, be it a river, be it an ocean, let's notice cleansing water coming forward and cleansing you, cleansing all the animals, and cleansing the angels. If we could just notice all that goodness being present right now. And if we could notice, like the dog who just came in the room, let's just notice that animals are really expressive and really clear. So let's just breathe into that. And if we could feel in this moment the connection we have with animals that we love who are passed away, and the very simple fact that they stay near you, and that love maintains, love continues. And we'll just take in a breath, and for animals that are around us now, just noticing their love for you and your love for them, the fact that love is in the house right now, and including the birds and animals and frogs and deer that are around. Wonderful. We'll just breathe into all that. Good. Wonderful. So let the animals maintain, let the angels come back into focus. Let's notice Archangel Michael coming right before you. If we could notice the object that he has, which might be red, just notice what that object is and what it does or what he does with it. Wonderful. If we could just take in a breath, let's let Archangel Michael indeed access our lungs and the whole mechanism of respiration, and letting him bring an expansion and a depth to that system. What he's talking about is we've experienced during this time a connection with actual soil, the earth, and he's getting into a different element, the air. And he'd like us to feel air supporting us, oxygen supporting us, this sense of constant connection, this system that we don't think about working perfectly. And let's very simply let this angel, no matter where you are in the country, in New York City, in California or Oregon, wherever it is that you are, just notice the air being fresh, the air being pristine, And we'll just breathe into that wonderfully magic air. Wonderful. And if we could feel that wonderfully healthy air going to all the other picnic blankets of your family, of your friends, of people that you might be estranged from, people who are passed away, grandchildren. Let's notice everyone being nourished, everyone having, everyone being in a pristine atmosphere where everything is supportive. The earth is supportive, the air is supportive. Everyone's surrounded by supportive people. And if we could notice what it's like with generosity to back off of the idea of what should be happening, backing off from the idea of you being part of the solution, just notice what it's like to just hold space and let the perfect solution, the perfect idea, the perfect dynamic happen. And with that said, this is Archangel Gabriel, that we know then that the perfect solution does exist, that goodness does exist. It's the Course in Miracles statement that Marianne Williamson talks about frequently, which is the second a problem appears, the solution is present also. Let's just notice that solutions exist, and we welcome the solutions. We welcome the conditions for perfect solutions coming forward into our lives right now, into our country right now, and into the world right now, and into the universe right now. We allow ourselves to exist in peace, to feel great clarity, to experience great love, and to know with regularity that goodness exists, that goodness is here, that help is here. So if we could just breathe into all that. If we could notice as a detail the animals dispersing to go about their day while maintaining being connected with you, and there's an invitation to just notice nature during this day, during dream time. Let's very simply feel a focus, a refocusing of you and the angels. If we could very simply notice Archangel Raphael touching your back between your shoulder blades, touching your spine, his palm being vertical on your spine, fingers toward your head. We could just breathe into that touch. If we could breathe in with a smile to the fact that our ancestors, our loved ones who are past, who are no longer physical, that they love us and they are so safe and so well. If we could feel the generosity of that connection. And with lightness, if we can notice Archangel Michael showing us just how thin that veil is. between physical reality and tapping into all the goodness of the space where our loved ones reside, where they heal, where they have great access to us. If we could just breathe into those connections. Wonderful. And if we could breathe in and let everything be one word, which is clean. Let's breathe into everything being clean. You being clean, your thoughts being clean, your energy field being clean, the earth being clean, your block being clean, your community being clean, your city, your state, your nation, your planet, all being clean. The spaces where you create to being clean and fresh and available. Your mind, body, spirit, and emotional landscape being clean and clear and healthy. Wonderful. We'll just breathe into all that. And indeed, if we could feel all that has happened, the face-to-face alignment with Archangel Gabriel, the fertile soil, your fertility in all ways, the great things that are present, the gifts of the animals, the reassurance and assurance that our loved ones are okay, the assurance and reassurance that those we have connection with now, including grandchildren, children, friends, loved ones, strangers, that there's a context for greatness that is present right now in this space of fertility and cleanliness. And we celebrate the best of humanity being present right now. And we're so grateful for this time. So to the flocks and herds and gatherings of animals, we honor them. And to this gathering of angels with us right now, and our loved ones, and everyone whom we know, we honor them. And to all these different beings, we very simply say out loud, thank you. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect, brilliant guidance that's been here for us right now. We celebrate the fertility of everything. We celebrate things being fresh and new. We release the stale, we embrace the fresh, and we let everything be cleansed and cleared and clean. We recognize the goodness of this moment and the generosity that is present for us. And with fearlessness, with wonder, with grace, with receptivity and love, we quite simply and lovingly ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.